Hi guys, welcome back to my channel English in a Blink, and today I'm going to look at those combination of verbs and prepositions which are always confusing. What do you call them? Phrasal verbs. That's right. So whenever you are talking to your friends who are native speakers, sometimes there are certain things that you don't understand. And why is that? Because they use lots of phrasal verbs. So without wasting any more time, let's end your confusion. Let's have a look at phrasal verbs. Okay, so starting with our phrasal verbs, when you have your transitive phrasal verbs and you have your intransitive phrasal verbs. So what do you mean by that? When you have your transitive phrasal verbs, they can be separable or they can be inseparable. And intransitive phrasal verbs, they are always inseparable. Okay, so with your transitive, when they are separable, that means they have an object. And when they have an object and they are separable, the object can actually go in between. So you can separate this phrasal verb. So you can say, pick up my phone or pick my phone up. All right. So over here, when you have an object, so can you pick up my phone? My phone is the object. And like I said, when you have your separable phrasal verb, my phone can actually come in between. You can say, can you pick my phone up or pick up my phone? So that is when I say separable, this is what it means. All right. And like I said, it has an object, which is your phone. And when you have your inseparable one, that means you cannot separate them. All right, so one thing which I've written over here, which I want everybody to remember, if a transitive phrasal verb is separable and the object is a pronoun, all right, so the pronoun must always be between the verb and the preposition. Okay, so this is your verb, that is your pick, and up is your preposition. So if you have what the object is, if it is a pronoun object, all right, so when you have can you pick it, okay, so when you have the object as a pronoun, so then pronoun always comes in between. So you can only say can you pick it up, you cannot say can you pick up it. Like I said over here, it's incorrect. Not possible, okay? So if the object is your pronoun, it will always come in between your verb and the particle. All right, always remember when you have your phrasal verb, first part is your verb, and then the second part, which is either a preposition or it could be an adverb. This is known as a particle, okay? So then your pronoun always comes in between, all right? Moving on to talk, when we have to talk about inseparable one, that means you cannot separate the phrasal verb and put the object in between. So you cannot do something like this. The object must come after the phrasal verb. So like over here, look after, this is your inseparable transitive phrasal verb. So the correct sentence is, I will look after the car, and you cannot say, I will look the car after. Again, not possible, okay? So look after is your inseparable phrasal verb. And now we come to intransitive. That means, like I said, no object. So transitive, they have object, and intransitive phrasal verbs, they don't have object. And that is the reason they're also inseparable. Okay, so looking over here, get up, this is your intransitive phrasal verb, and the sentence, I get up at 6 a.m. And as you can see, the sentence has no object. Okay, so two kinds of phrasal verbs, transitive and intransitive. When you have transitive, they can be separable. That means they have an object. And when they are separable, you can either place the object in between, or you can, just place it after your phrasal verb. Both ways it is fine. But if your object is a pronoun, you will always place your pronoun in between. It will not go after. All right, when you have your inseparable phrasal verb, that means you cannot separate them. Okay, so no matter what, the object is always going to come after. So I will look after the car, and no other way possible. And then you have your intransitive one, that means no object, and again inseparable. So I get up at 6 a.m. and you can already see it has no object. Okay, so this was like an explanation on what is transitive, what is intransitive, separable, inseparable. All right, and now we're going to look at a few of them, and again I will be showing you which are transitive. Okay. Yeah, so this one is your fill in or fill out. So these are your transitive and they are separable. And what do you mean by fill in or fill out? So like it says over here, both phrasal verbs means the same thing, to complete the blanks on a form with information. Okay, so both the phrasal verbs are used like when you have a form and you can fill in or you fill out the form. Both of them mean the same thing, and they are transitive and they are separable. So looking at the example, please fill in your name, address, and telephone number, or please fill the form out with your information. Okay, so like I said, fill in. So this is like, you can use it, you can place your object after it, or you can place it in between. So fill the form out. All right, again, whatever you want. They are separable and they are transitive. Fill in and fill out, exactly the same. Then you have look forward to. Again, this is your transitive, but this is your inseparable one. Okay, again, guys, there's no shortcut to tell you like how, but just by using it is how you will come to know, all right, whether it is inseparable or is it transitive or intransitive. Okay, so you just have to practice, practice, practice. So look forward to, again, what do you mean by that? That you were excited about an event that is going to happen in the future. So when you're looking at look forward to, that means you're thinking about future, all right? And you're looking forward to something in future. And examples, let's meet at Starbucks at 2 p.m. Okay, I look forward to meeting you. All right, so that's how you use it. Or I look forward to our date. I look forward to our interview. Thanks for the invite. I look forward to your party. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but look over here. When you are using a verb after look forward to, it is going to be ing, but you can also use like a noun phrase after that. All right. So like here, to with your meeting, that is your ing, and then I look forward to our date, to our interview, or to your party. So choose wisely. Next is your calm down. Okay, so calm down is your intransitive phrasal verb. That means to relax after being angry. So I want to punch that bad driver in the face. Calm down, there's no need to be angry. Oh my God, somebody was really angry. I'm so angry right now, I need to calm down. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so that is calm down. As you can see, this is your intransitive, so you cannot separate it. So calm down, there's no need to be angry. As you can see, there is no object, okay? So this is your intransitive phrasal verb. Moving on with run out of something, okay? So this is your transitive, but this is your inseparable one. And when you say run out of something, that means you have no more of something. Like here, I need to print my essay. Sorry, we've run out of paper. Too bad. Okay, so we have run out of milk. I'll get some later today. So when you run out of something, that means you don't have that anymore. So in the first one as well, run out of paper, and here you've run out of milk. Transitive, but inseparable, as you can see. Okay, so you have the object, but you cannot place the object anywhere in between. Okay. And then you have your dress up, which is your intransitive, no object. So when you say dress up, that means you dress nice in a fancy clothing. So example, let's dress up tonight and go to a fancy dinner. Okay, so dress up tonight and let's go to a fancy dinner. And next is, sure, I will wear my new dress and high heels. All right, so this is just like a conversation. Okay, so let's dress up tonight and go to a fancy dinner. And the other person is saying, oh, sure, let's go out. Okay, so dress up, as you can see, this is your intransitive and no object. Then you have your breakdown. Again, that is your intransitive one. So for a person to feel very sad, perhaps to even start crying, the person feels broken. That's what it means when you say breakdown. That means you're feeling really sad. You want to start crying, really, really broken. Okay, so over here, after watching the movie Titanic, I broke down. I couldn't stop crying. It was just so sad. Actually, true. I'm sure all of you, most of you must have felt the same. I felt the same. Okay, so broke down, as you can see, this is your intransitive, no object. And again, you can use breakdown for a machine as well, when something stops working. So my car started making weird noises when I was driving it. Then it broke down in the middle of the road. I had to call a tow truck to tow it to the mechanic. All right, so you can use breakdown when you're talking about a person. That means somebody was feeling really sad and crying. And then you can also use it for machines when they just stop working. Okay, intransitive. Figure out, this is your transitive phrasal verb, also separable. So what do you mean by figure out? When you're trying to understand something, to look for the answer, all right? So when you're trying to figure out something, you're trying to look for the answer. So like it says over here, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out the answer to question 5 on the exam. Again, very relatable, isn't it? I'm sure, I mean, not just question 5, but it happens to all of us when you're giving exams. Okay, so I'm having a hard time to figure out the answer. And a man would say, I can't figure women out. And the women can say, I can't figure out men. So like I said, this is your transitive and separable. So I can't figure women out. So you place your object in between, and then I can't figure out men. Again, it can be placed after your phrasal verb. So this is your separable and transitive. Then we have show off. Again, this is your transitive and separable. So when you show off or you are a show off, that means you are bragging about something you have or something you can do. Usually you do not say this to the person who is showing off. I mean, when somebody's actually saying things like, oh, I have a big car, or, you know, I have a lavish house, or things like that, you usually don't say it to you on their faces, you know, that, oh, you're such a big show off. All right, so that's when you are a show off. So look at him showing off his new car to everyone in the neighborhood. Yes, he's good at basketball, but does he always have to show it off? Okay, so that's when you are a big show off, when you're always showing things, you know, just bragging, oh, I have this, I'm so good. That's when you are a show off. So like it says over here, it is transitive and it is also separable. So showing off his new car, or you can also say, look at him showing his new car off. All right, so this is your separable. And remember that I told you, whenever you have your pronoun is always going to come in between. So show it off, show off it, not possible. Right, so that brings us to the end of this lesson. And after today, I'm sure when you're talking to your friends, you will be fine because you will understand your phrasal verbs, won't you? Well, if you like the video, don't forget to like and press the subscribe button and spread the word. Share it with your friends. Until we meet next time, bye for now.